We all have money habits. Some of them are good, like saving a portion of our income, budgeting, or investing. But there's one habit that many people have, and it often goes unnoticed because it seems like a good idea at the time. The thing is, this habit can backfire on you, and most people don't realize it until it's too late. What is this habit? It's spending money with the expectation that you'll earn more in the future. Let me explain. The idea here is simple. You think that because you're going to earn more later, it's okay to spend more now. It's easy to fall into this trap. We all want nice things, new gadgets, vacations, clothes, and more. So we start spending based on what we hope to earn in the future. But here's the catch. If you don't actually end up earning more, or if life throws unexpected challenges your way, you could be left with less money and a lot of debt. A lot of people spend with the expectation that they'll get a promotion, a raise, or a side hustle that will bring in more cash. It feels reassuring to know that more money is coming, so it seems okay to enjoy the moment and buy the things we want now. But what happens when those extra earnings don't materialize? What happens when the promotion is delayed or the side hustle doesn't bring in as much as expected? Suddenly, you're left struggling with bills, credit card debt, or even taking out loans to cover your expenses. The problem with this habit is that it ignores the unpredictability of life. Job promotions aren't guaranteed, raises aren't automatic, and side hustles often take time to build before they bring in a significant income. In the meantime, you've already spent money that you didn't have, and now you're facing the consequences. One of the biggest dangers is relying too heavily on credit cards. It's easy to swipe your card and tell yourself, I'll pay this off when I get that raise. But credit card interest rates are high, and if you don't pay off the balance quickly, you can end up paying far more than what you initially borrowed. Over time, that debt can snowball, leaving you in a worse financial position than when you started. It's also worth noting that this habit can affect your mindset. If you're constantly living in the future instead of focusing on the present, you're not truly appreciating what you have right now. There's a danger of living beyond your means, thinking you're going to catch up later. But catching up can be difficult, and it often leads to stress and financial anxiety. So, how do you break this habit? First, it's important to take a step back and really think about your financial situation. Are you spending more than you're earning? Are you relying on future income that hasn't yet arrived? If the answer is yes, it's time to make some changes. One of the best ways to avoid falling into the trap of spending too much is to stick to a budget.
A budget helps you track how much money you have coming in and going out, and it forces you to live within your means. When you know exactly where your money is going, it becomes easier to make informed decisions about your spending. You might realize that you don't need that new gadget or expensive vacation right now. Instead, you can prioritize things that are more important and make sure you're saving for the future. Another key to breaking this habit is saving for emergencies. Building an emergency fund can help you avoid relying on credit cards or loans when unexpected expenses arise. Aim to save at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in an easily accessible account. Having an emergency fund gives you peace of mind and reduces the urge to rely on future income that might not show up when you need it most. It's also helpful to set realistic financial goals. Instead of spending money on things you don't need or can't afford, focus on saving and investing for your future. Whether it's buying a home, starting a business, or retiring comfortably, having clear goals can help you stay on track. And remember, goals don't have to be big and overwhelming. Even small financial milestones, like paying off a credit card or saving a specific amount each month, can keep you motivated. Lastly, changing your mindset is crucial. It's so easy to get caught up in the idea that we deserve everything right now. We live in a world of instant gratification, where we can get almost anything we want with just a swipe of a card or a click of a button. Whether it's the latest phone, a vacation, or a trendy outfit, it's tempting to think that we should have it all, right now. But true financial security doesn't come from satisfying every desire in the moment. It comes from being patient and disciplined, making thoughtful decisions, and focusing on what's best for your long-term well-being. The problem with living for the moment is that it often leads to overspending and going beyond your means. The things you buy today may feel good in the short term, but if they come at the cost of your financial stability, they'll lead to regret later on. True peace of mind comes from knowing that you're living within your means, saving for the future, and not relying on the assumption that more money is just around the corner. It's about focusing on building habits that will help you create a solid financial foundation. Rather than spending money you don't have, start putting that money into savings, paying off debts, and investing for the future. This way, you can build wealth over time and enjoy more freedom in the long run. One thing to keep in mind is that the future is never guaranteed. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns. You could face a job loss, an economic downturn, or unexpected medical expenses.
While you may hope for a raise, a promotion, or some side income, these things are never guaranteed. Relying on future earnings or income that hasn't yet materialized can be a risky game. If you're constantly assuming that you'll earn more in the future, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. It's easy to assume that things will always improve, but life doesn't work that way. The future is uncertain, and it's important to be prepared for whatever comes your way rather than spending money now based on what you think might happen later. This is why it's better to be cautious with your spending and focus on living within your means, even if that means waiting for the things you want. If you want something big, like a new car, a vacation, or a luxury item, it's okay to work toward it. But set realistic expectations for when you can afford it rather than rushing to buy it on credit. Having patience in your spending can be incredibly rewarding. By saving up for a purchase, you not only avoid unnecessary debt, but also build a sense of accomplishment. You can truly enjoy the things you buy when you know you've worked hard and saved for them, rather than regretting them later when the bills start to pile up. To sum it up, the habit of spending money with the expectation of future earnings can backfire in a big way. While it might seem harmless or even smart in the moment, it can lead to debt, stress, and financial instability if things don't go as planned. It's easy to fall into this trap, especially when we live in a society that encourages immediate gratification. But that kind of lifestyle can quickly lead to anxiety and disappointment when we realize we've spent more than we could afford. The key to breaking this habit is budgeting. Create a detailed plan for how much you can afford to spend and stick to it. Saving for emergencies is also critical. By building an emergency fund, you ensure that you're prepared for life's unexpected challenges and reduce the temptation to overspend on things you don't need.